Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. If you're looking at getting into podcasting, I have a great solution for you. Today, we're checking out the Zoom PodTrak P4. Let's get started. Podcasting has very specific requirements. You might need multiple inputs. Sometimes you need to do a mix -1 for a phone call, for example, those types of things. You're going to need headphones, you're going to need microphones, and I've got a solution for you today. We're introducing the brand new Zoom PodTrak P4, which is this unit right here. It supports 4 microphone inputs, 4 headphone outputs, and has other nice features as well that make it very easy to create a podcast. The PodTrak P4 is also available in a bundle with headphones and microphone, and we'll take a look at that in just a second. But let's begin with a tour here. On the PodTrak P4 is very simple to operate. There are some menus there, but you really won't need to access those much at all. They're for setup and when you need to move files and those kinds of things. All the basic operations are carried out right on the front panel. On the top, we have 4 XLR inputs for our microphones, and each one has an associated level control or gain control here. Below that, we have source switches. So we have microphone inputs, we can select the USB input, we can select 1/8 inch input, and so on using those switches. Moving down, we have our main display where you can see readouts of what's happening with each of the tracks and the inputs. And we also have 4 sound pads, and these can be used for triggering sound effects or music files, audio files, during the course of your podcast, and they're recorded to a separate track inside the unit. We have a data entry control, and at the bottom, we have 4 headphone jacks underneath and 4 associated level controls for those 4 headphone jacks. So it's very easy to do a podcast with 4 people. If you're interviewing 3 people, for example, you can do that all inside the PodTrak P4. On this side of the PodTrak P4, we have an 1/8 inch input for an audio player or music device, for example, your phone. And then on this side, we have 2 USB ports. Now, one of those can connect your computer for transferring data. You can also use it to bus power the podcast P4. The second one is dedicated to a power supply, a 5-volt power supply like you might use with a cell phone. But the PodTrak P4 can actually operate without being connected to a computer or a power supply. You just insert 2 AA batteries and you'll get up to 3.5 hours of performance from the PodTrak P4. When you record using the PodTrak P4, you'll see 4 tracks in the screen as well as a separate track for the sound pads. Now you can mix these down later, and you can also do a mix -1, for example, if you're doing an interview over the telephone. Very convenient. Then you can export a stereo file, so your complete podcast will be inside of one file. Now when you're podcasting, you need more than just a recorder. You also need a microphone and headphones as well, and you can purchase the Podcast P4 in a bundle that includes the ZDM1 dynamic microphone with a folding tripod, the ZHP headphones, and a pop filter for the ZDM1. This gives you a complete solution right out of the box. You'll be able to get started podcasting immediately. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the PodTrak P4 podcasting bundle and the PodTrak P4 itself. Great solution for getting started with podcasting. Very powerful. It'll give you a lot of options for creating great sounding podcasts. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. For more videos like this, click here or start at sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs.